All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome to 9 to 5. I have with me John here. This is our new podcast. With me, Z, John.
Myself, John.
We have Robin in the background.
Wait,
Please
I
turn
gotta
the camera
stop this.
around.
I gotta stop this
Oh,
because you didn't do it right.
Oh.
There you go. That's the one that I'm looking for, dude.
Fresh start. We gotta have fresh start. So
okay,
the intro is gonna be
change
different.
it up?
Already. Yeah, I'm not gonna do the hey anymore. Already. But as I was saying just now, we have Robin as well. Robin, please turn the camera around so you get yourself, or try to stick your head into that thing over there.
Yeah.
There she is over there.
Mm-hmm.
And this podcast is 9 to 5.
We're set on that, right? 9 to 5.
Yeah, we're set on the
I
name.
like it. I like it.
So it's just gonna be a podcast where, there are a few parts to it. Either we are just gonna hang out, have a conversation between like me and John, or like a few other friends, or we're gonna invite someone to come on with an interesting story that's not your typical 9 to 5 life. Dropping the name in there.
It doesn't have to be an interesting story. You know, we could talk shit the whole day as well.
Honestly,
It doesn't matter.
The guy could sell like vegetables.
Yeah.
No, that's actually quite interesting.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think many people are doing that nowadays.
No.
Either that, or we will have monologues sometimes. I don't want to call it monologue. It sounds kind of pretentious, but where we just talk to ourselves.
I'm gonna talk to myself a lot from now on.
Yeah, listen to that beautiful voice. So
Actually, I do talk to myself a lot. It's just that we never recorded it before. It's gonna feel weird.
Yeah, I've done it a few times with my other podcast.
Yeah. How's that been?
Actually, it's not too bad, man.
Really?
It's quite therapeutic. It feels a lot like a meditation. Let's put it that way, because you're like letting go of a lot of things. You're just like randomly speaking what's on your mind.
Except you're like saying everything out loud.
Yeah. So like when you hear yourself, when you hear yourself speaking to yourself, like you kind of like make sense of things a bit differently. It's just it's not bad. It's not bad, but
that makes sense.
It's a lot nicer.
I wouldn't be able to do it though. It just feels like it would be a weird thing to do.
You know how much shit I got for that?
How weird? Okay, no. How weird was it the first time that you did it?
You know what? To be completely honest, I didn't find it weird at all. I didn't feel weird at all talking to myself.
Did the rest of the people in your house feel weird about it?
No, the rest of the people in my house, they know I'm kind of weird. My sister always says like there's something wrong with me. Like it's normal.
You gotta screw loose, bro.
Yeah, but like a lot of my friends were like, bro, you seriously talking to yourself? Are you mad? But they end up listening. So who's the mad one? I'm just talking to myself. You're listening to someone talking to themselves.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, you, for example, you listen to me talk to myself all the time.
Yeah, I actually do.
At the best of our abilities.
We're going to try to not look so awkward as time goes by. I think we'll just get comfortable with it, you know? Whatever,
yeah. Let's try to get comfortable with it. Let's just make it clear we're not like comics. We're not going to...
Yeah, we're not comedians by any stretch of the word, you know?
Yeah,
we're not.
I think I'm pretty funny. I know you think you're pretty funny as well, but I think
don't.
the reality is we're not that funny.
Yeah, the reality... No, I actually got hit with reality really hard.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because of my girlfriend.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, my girlfriend never laughs at my jokes, dude.
Oh, my wife, she encourages it, man.
I don't know. I don't know, man. It kind of feels bad every time. Like, I try to tell her a joke. I know it's funny. I've heard people say it, and it's funny, and I laugh at it. The moment I tell it to my girlfriend, it goes under, man.
Maybe it's just her
maybe the way
humor.
that I deliver it, maybe.
Maybe. But yeah lah. We're not... I try to be funny, but I when I take a step back and take a look at it, I realize like my humor is a lot like dad joke level. You know, dad jokes.
I think so. I think I got,
Yeah, that's
mine too, most likely. Yeah.
Yeah, 27-year-old kid.
Yeah.
With a sense of humor of a 45-year-old.
But then now I got a question about all those, like, I got to question all the people who used to laugh at what I used to say.
Maybe they're just humoring you.
I know. I kind of feel...
You know, have you ever wondered before, like, am I just like kind of retarded and everyone's just humoring me?
It's like a self-reflection kind of thing, like a revelation. Like, I wasn't that funny. They were just humoring me.
The same thing. This could be the case, man. This could be the case.
And then the only reason why there's no intervention happening is because they haven't had their fill yet. Like, it hasn't gotten to the point where they're pissed off at all the shit that I'm saying. You know? Like, they're still okay with it.
Yeah,
you know, I'm all right.
They can handle it. They can take it a bit. But after a while, they're like, you know what? Cut the shit out, man. Cut the shit out.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm over it.
Yeah, but anyways, the last time I had you on my podcast was the sunny side of Singapore, and you were talking about your skate brand Dormant, right? How's that coming along, man? I haven't asked you about that. Like,
Dude, it's dormant.
yeah. Oh, was it? What do you mean by that? See,
I know the delivery was bad, dude. I was trying so hard. I was like, he's gonna ask me that,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna say it's dormant, and he's gonna get it. No, he didn't.
Yeah, no. I
No, but it's
I got
it's
it, but I just kind of like, yeah.
okay. Like talking seriously, since all I can do is serious. Apparently,
Mm-hmm.
it's going well. We're taking our time, much like what I said previously. We're just
Yeah.
taking our time. The first batch of shirts that we actually put out, well, we weren't too pleased with it. It turned out well, but not as well as we wanted it to. So we're taking a step back, trying to figure out like if we can find a different supplier, and we're just gonna see how it goes from there. And we actually found someone local, so it's a lot easier to do QA.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah, so we can just pop by, see how the shirts are doing.
So what's the process like of like starting your own streetwear brand, man?
Honestly, I still have no idea, dude.
Or you just
Like we're still
winging it?
we're still grasping at like straws, man.
I see.
It's just whatever works seems to work.
Yeah.
Whatever doesn't work, we're trying to change it. So that's just about how we're doing it. Because none of us in the brand are actually that business savvy, you
Right.
know.
Right.
We two of us in the brand we do marketing, right? We're kind of well versed in marketing, graphic design, all that stuff, but I wouldn't say we have a knack for business, you know? So we're
Yeah.
just like kind of crawling our way through, trying to figure out what would work best with people. And so far it's going great. People seem to be taking to it relatively well.
Nice.
And
nice.
I mean, we're only on Instagram right now, right?
Yeah.
But still, there's like a lot of people who are frequenting our page, so that's great.
Nice.
So
Who comes up with the designs?
that's my friend. He's the one that comes up with most of the designs. Well, I kind of help him too. I kind of pitch in because a lot of his designs are really graphic art. You know, very straight lines, all that stuff. So sometimes I have to get in there and just be like, oh, reel it back.
Yeah.
You know, we gotta try a few different things as well. So we're trying a few different things for sure. Can't really say too much about that though, because we haven't finalized anything yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're taking our time, just trying to figure it out.
Yeah, but that's pretty interesting, man. Starting your own like indie streetwear company, coming out
Yeah,
with
it's
designs
a
and whatnot.
daunting task, especially now with the trends being all over the place. You have some people who are like fucking into all the 80s wear, you know?
Right.
And they're revamping that image and bringing it to 2018, and it just looks hella weird to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like, I mean, the stuff from my dad's time should just stay in my dad's time.
You mean like
dude.
those sweaters?
Yeah, I'm like,
purple
what is
color
that?
sweaters.
I
and-
can't understand it, dude.
Yeah, so John Mayer recently got into that. And as you know, I'm a huge fan of
Yeah.
John Mayer.
Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, I don't really care what he wears.
Mm.
Yeah, but the music is going into the whole like 80s vibe as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
I think it's like just making a comeback, man. Even the
mm.
music as well. Like,
Mm.
listen to the music nowadays. A
Yeah.
lot of it is like sampling
Yeah.
music from the 80s.
Oh, I just heard this one track from, I forget her name. She's some mainstream pop artist, and she apparently did a song that samples "Girls Just Want to Have Fun."
Oh, I know what song you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
one. And I was like, wait, because when I first heard that song, because my dad was like watching TV, he was watching MTV, so he was like, it was playing there in the background, and I was like, this sounds familiar. This sounds like fucking Girls Just Want to Have Fun. And then I looked it up on the internet, and it was right. Like that's the exact sample. So I was like, interesting. They're all coming back.
Yeah. I think there's a serious like soul, funk, R&B revival happening right now. I
Yeah.
hope it gets. I mean, it starts getting a bit faster.
Yeah.
But it seems like guys like Bruno Mars, Bruno Mars is the one that's really pushing for
Yeah,
it.
he's really pushing it.
That's the only example. I
And
can think
also
of
a lot of hip hop artists too.
yeah,
A lot of hip hop artists too, like Anderson .Paak. Wow.
Yeah,
His album Malibu.
yeah.
And that
You
was
know,
like,
of all the genres right now, I bounce around a lot of different genres. Like I
Yeah.
listen to a lot of blues, rock, a lot of once in a while some jazz as well. But now I'm really into hip hop. You know, listening like Kendrick Lamar,
Yeah,
Anderson
yeah,
.Paak, J Cole.
Mhm.
J Cole is, and recently I think today like some rapper got shot or something.
Yeah,
on stage, right?
Extentation or
You
something.
know what? I've never heard any of his music before.
Never
but
heard anything.
It looks kind of ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
just like the image, like, it just doesn't look like what I want to listen to.
No.
But
I think he
have
was
you-
inviting the wrong crowd too. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know the guy. I never really followed him, but he always, from some of the videos that I saw, like his music videos and stuff.
Yeah.
I think he was just attracting the wrong crowd, man.
How's the music though?
Bad.
Oh, bad.
Yeah, I'm not even. I mean,
Yeah,
sure,
yeah,
he
it is
just
what it
died.
is,
Whatever it is, what it is, man.
it is
his
what it
his
is.
music was bad. I didn't like it.
Oh man, it's not like thoughtful. Or anything.
Yeah, but speaking of hip hop, dude, well, it's not that recent, but I kind of had to. I kind of had to get in with the fact that I had to reconcile with the fact that I should separate my love for a certain artist's music from the artist itself.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you do
Like
have to.
I had to come to that realization twice in
Yeah.
one day for two different artists.
For who?
One was Kendrick Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
And the other artists, well, we're not really going to talk about that because that was more to do with American politics, and like we don't really have to talk about their politics because it's just messed up at the moment.
Childish Gambino.
No, not really Childish Gambino, but it was someone else. It was a guy who used to be part of what was that band? A Tribe Called Quest.
Ah.
Yeah, he used to be part of A Tribe Called
Okay.
Quest. Yeah,
Okay.
Q-Tip.
Q-Tip. Okay.
Yeah, Q-Tip. Yeah, but that guy won. And then, but I really want to get into Kendrick Lamar. So this one was like a hard hitter. Because, you know, for the longest time, I've been listening to his music. Good Kid, Mad City. The one before the most recent one, which was Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so he was playing a live concert for people, right? And then he invited. So basically, the premise is that he invited this lady to the stage to sing one of his songs. Have you heard of this one?
I saw.
You
I
saw
heard
this
it.
one, right?
Yeah,
And I was
that's kinda
like,
ridiculous.
that
Tell
was
the story,
that
though.
was a setup, dude. I'm like, people were mad at the chick for saying the N word, but dude,
Yeah.
I was more mad at Kendrick for even putting her in that position, dude.
Yeah, I
you
was
don't
more-
just. And the song that they picked was a song that was riddled with that fucking word, dude. And
Yeah.
the only thing that lady was trying to do was she was trying to have fun. She was in the moment. She was enjoying it. She wanted to make sure that she did Kendrick proud by singing his song word for word.
Yeah.
She didn't have any bad intentions when she said
Yeah,
that word.
And don't forget the crowd of mostly white people.
Yeah.
5 minutes ago,
Yeah.
they were singing some other song
Yeah,
with like a bunch
and
of
they were
N bombs
all
everywhere.
fucking
Yeah, they're
saying
all
the
saying that
word
shit. What's
for
the difference,
sure,
man? Yeah.
dude. And like I was just listening to a podcast recently that was talking about the exact same thing we're talking about now, and like something that made a lot of sense to me is that for some reason in big crowds like this, right, it works. Like you get away with saying the word when you're in the crowd and singing the song. Like you
Yeah.
could say the word, just fucking blurt it out. Doesn't matter if you're all white in the fucking crowd.
there's-
It's a huge fucking crowd. Nobody's gonna know who said it.
Okay,
So you
just
can
like
get away
mumble
with
the
it.
word or like
Yeah,
say
you can
half the
mumble.
word.
Yeah. And then, but like the moment that somebody calls you on stage to sing that song,
Yeah.
you start to become. You have to be aware of what you're singing even on stage because you're technically an individual once you get up on that stage. So you're gonna be held accountable for whatever you say in that microphone. So
Mm-hmm.
that was still just like that was a bad moment for her for sure. It's like,
Yeah. And
you
it's
know.
kind of, I don't know, it's kind of silly. It's just noise, you know, like it's part of the song, man. You gotta perform the
I
song.
really hated him after that. I was like, dude, you're trying to be a conscious rapper, but at the same time, you're doing this to people. You can't do that, bro.
Okay, but to be fair, maybe he just thought it was gonna be hilarious.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but it came out the other way, man. People
Yeah.
like, I don't know if this lady can fucking walk out without, getting heckled.
Yeah, man.
For that,
I mean,
dude.
like the whole like social
Yeah.
media,
And they know her
uproar.
name, bro.
Yeah, I'm sure they know her address by now. I'm
Yeah.
sure she's been
I'm like-
receiving
I'm
phone
like,
calls and shit as well.
fuck,
I'm
man,
sure
that's
she's
just
gonna get
messed
fired
up,
or
dude.
something like that.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I mean, it's just
All for
overreaction.
enjoying the moment, dude.
Yeah.
All for fucking enjoying the moment. I
Yeah.
swear, it's just not a good look, man.
Yeah, it's not good.
I didn't like it.
But I do know what you mean about separating the art from the artist.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, once you start researching a lot of different artists, for me, because I'm a musician,
Yeah.
I focus mostly on the musicians.
Yeah.
And you find that a lot of musicians are just dicks.
Yeah.
Like the great
And they
ones.
have really skewed worldviews, dude.
Yeah. But the way I see it is their personality, that's just the person, man. But the art is like, the art is the art. It's
yeah.
from somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know, you're channeling something else.
Yeah,
It's
that's why
something
as much as I
better.
say that, like I hate Kendrick Lamar right now. And hate is a very strong word. I dislike him right now, right? I
Yeah.
don't really like him that much. But I still like his music.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
his music is still fucking top notch in my view.
Yeah, because
So-
at the end of the day, it's the message
Yeah.
that really matters, not
Mhm.
really the person that's
Yeah.
conveying that message.
True.
Yeah, because I mean, human beings are flawed. You
Yeah.
know? We all have.
I
some-
say stupid shit from time to time too.
Yeah, you know, you leave this microphone turned on for long enough, and this
Yeah, we're
camera
gonna
long
start
enough,
saying
yeah,
stupid shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna say some dumb shit. You know, I'm not
gonna
like the
start
brightest
saying,
person in the room. Neither are you. You know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
everyone's gonna say some dumb shit after a long time. You know,
Mhm. Yeah.
and the thing is, I've only done like a few podcasts on my own.
Yeah.
I've only done like maybe like 7 episodes. I've already said a bunch of stupid ass shit. Yeah, so I know. I know.
Okay, I'm not
what's
gonna make you
happen.
recall that today.
Yeah. I'm not gonna repeat what I said, but like I said a bunch of stupid shit.
Yeah,
so,
we're gonna recall all of that off camera. I want to hear what kind of stupid
No,
shit.
like it's just stuff that I said that I was like, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Oh, yeah.
Or like stuff that
Yeah,
I
for
asked
sure.
people to say to
Yeah.
talk about, and then I was like,
Mm.
maybe I shouldn't have done
Yeah.
that. Yeah, you know, it's common. It just happens.
Yeah,
it just
recently
happens.
I've been also doing the same thing where I've been trying to figure out if no, I've been a bit more conscious about what I say, especially in public.
Yeah.
So, because nowadays it's like you don't mean to be a dick, but the moment you become a dick to someone, it's like it's a bad thing. It's almost like something you could go to jail for
Yeah,
some reason.
yeah.
Like, dude,
It's
all
worse
I'm doing
than
is,
jail,
like,
dude. It's worse
Yeah.
than jail, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
because like
yeah,
at least
yeah.
if you get caught for a crime, like they try to keep it anonymous, but this they plaster your name over like Stomp or some shit like
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
and the
yeah,
next
yeah.
day you're like, fuck, I don't have a job
Uh-huh.
anymore.
yeah, oh yeah, dude.
Getting stomped.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Doing
yeah.
some outrageous thing.
Mm-mm.
No, not even outrageous.
Yeah,
Sometimes
it's not
they-
even outrageous.
Yeah.
It's just something that, in their personal view, is insulting to them,
Yeah.
or makes them feel a certain way,
Yeah.
and then they immediately get the offense that they feel
Mhm.
is just next level. It's like, dude, I didn't even what? How did you get offended by that? Like, from my perspective, it's like it's just a general thing that I just said. I don't mean it to be you. If you're having a personal, if it's having a personal effect on you, you have to keep that in check, bro, because I'm not saying it to you.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a conversation. I mean,
Yeah. A lot of it is just how
Yeah.
you take it in,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah,
what's
yeah.
going on in your mind. Like,
Yeah.
are you thinking this motherfucker is making fun of me, or are you
Mm.
thinking this guy's
Yeah.
my friend?
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
And if I'm talking to you, if we're conversing, and all this time we've been talking like two normal people, and something comes out of my mouth that suddenly offends you,
Mm.
just the conversation that we've had thus far of me having courtesy and being respectful to you should be enough evidence that whatever I just said was not directed at you.
Yeah, and
know,
it wasn't meant to be offensive.
Yeah.
I get what I mean. And some days we just have bad days as well, so we
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
behave like
Yeah, for
assholes.
sure,
You know,
yeah.
everybody has a
Yeah,
bad
yeah, yeah.
day.
When something just
Yeah.
what is that thing that triggered? Yeah, triggered.
Yeah.
People
triggered.
get triggered.
Yeah, exactly. I
Mm.
mean, like, you could be having some problems at home,
Yeah.
or like shitty day at work, and then you go to the gas
Shitty
station.
day at a 9 to 5 work.
Yeah, 9 to 5. I
Mhm.
mean, let's be honest. I mean, like we don't do 9 to 5 jobs. We do pretty unconventional work. For me, I freelance,
Yeah.
doing a bunch of different things. But
Mm.
that's not to say that there are no hard days as well for freelancing. Yeah, you know, it's just
Yeah.
that you do get a lot more freedom, but there are still days where you're like,
No, but for your part,
beaten
you
down.
deal with the volatility of it all, right?
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
freelance work,
Yeah.
not being sure of whether you'll have a fucking gig.
Yeah. Especially for like playing music in bars. Like you'd be
Yeah.
surprised, man. Like so many places, like it'll seem stable for a long time.
Yeah,
and all of a
speaking
sudden-
about bars, right? Like when you play at these bars, do you have like a contract say, okay, you play at this bar? Do they send you a contract like, okay, you can play with us for like 3 months. For 3 months, you're set.
that depends.
Really?
Some places, they will give you a contract,
Uh huh.
and then they will say something like, if we do want to terminate this contract, we'll give you 2 weeks notice.
Okay.
Tentatively, you are under contract for 1 year.
Right.
Yeah. Some places they'll give you the contract, but a lot of other places they will just tell you, okay lah, you're working for us for 1 year. We shake hands, and there's a trust basis thing.
You know what? Ever since doing this brand, we're learning more and more each day that there has to be fucking black and white. As much as I hate the idea of fucking writing stuff up, there's just some
Yeah.
things that have to be
Yeah.
written in black and white, because a handshake can't do it, man.
That's true.
A handshake should not be the final say. No.
But at the same time also, I do feel like like my dad always talked about this last time.
Yeah.
He said like business back then and business when we were doing business in Asia compared to like when we were traveling to like the States and doing business there is very different. Like I said, like you gotta build business on relationships.
Oh yeah,
and
for
like
sure.
this kind of things.
And
so
I don't think that's
sometimes-
gone away. I think you still
Yeah.
build businesses on relationships,
Yeah,
you
for
know,
sure,
by and
for
large.
sure.
But at the same time, while building that relationship, I think there has to be a black and white there.
Yeah, sometimes, but I think other times also, if you know them well enough, it's fine.
That's another thing,
fine.
right? If you know them well enough.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. And like, if we breach this contract, it's not just like we lose out, we both lose out. So like, you know, we have an understanding and both of us have something to lose.
Yeah, no, but that's one of those things where there's a mutual agreement and you both know that there's nothing to be gained from ruining this relationship that the two of you have with your companies, right?
Exactly.
But every now and then, you know, some people, they get into an agreement with something where that guy is going to get all the fucking positives of this outcome.
Yeah.
And
See, that's why also I'm quite lucky because, I mean, I don't really like dealing with this business stuff.
Me neither.
I mean, if I really wanted to think about it, like, okay, fine, I can do it. But I don't really like doing it. So I'm lucky in the sense that the person that sings for me, the lady, her name is Amanda.
Yeah.
She's damn good at this. So anytime like somebody asks me for like quotation or like, we need an invoice, can you send an invoice? I'm like, just talk to my Lao Pan Yang.
Yeah, she's the one who's business savvy in this band.
Yeah, hey, dude, honestly, like there are some people that are just damn talented and this kind of things.
Yeah,
Like
for
me,
sure. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, and like for me when I play, like I play every week at Starker, at Balestier, and Shuffle at Clarke Quay. So like for me, during our breaks, I just kind of like chill out, you know, sit down, have my meal, you know.
And then you look to your side and she's just all business, right?
Yeah, she's like going to the tables, you know, handling like the guest relations.
Somebody's got to handle it.
You know, we don't get paid extra for that, but she goes the extra mile. And she's also a very talented bilingual MC. So like, the thing about performing and playing music live is like half of it is, sure, you gotta be like damn good at playing music and you gotta be able to like play the songs well. But the other half is just like your stage presence, how you look on stage, how you present yourself.
And how you talk to people when you're not on the stage.
Exactly, yeah. Do you go around shaking hands, you know, saying hi, thanks for coming.
That has a lot to do with it too. I think there's a huge group of musicians who don't understand this. They think that they can get by just on, and sure enough, you know, some of them get lucky. Like you get by on just being talented, and then you have people who will come along the way and they'll just help you out, whatever. But by and large, I mean, if you don't have at least a bit of sense with the business side of things, and you just keep to your music, and you don't really feel like, you know, interacting with the people who are putting your music out there to the public, that's gonna be bad for you, bro.
Yeah, but the problem is, right, a lot of musicians, first of all, are introverted.
That's true.
Secondly, a lot of them don't know shit about business. Like it's just not in the instinct.
Yeah.
I don't want to say a lot. Okay, let's just say the ones that I know, a lot of them are like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to say like most of them are like that because I've met enough different kinds of musicians in my life to know that they are just like any other kind of people. They're like the weird people, they're the very like disciplined people, they're the kind of people that you're never gonna get along with.
Yeah, for
you know,
sure,
it's just like, I mean, I guess it's the same in every other industry. I don't know.
I think for music, like the moment you play your first big crowd, that's a big boost to your confidence as well, isn't it? Especially if your set goes well.
Yeah, for sure it's a big boost to your confidence, but that does not mean that you never get nervous again. You know, like I've been playing music since I was like 16, 17.
No, the nerves will always get you. I mean, that's the same with skateboarding as well. You know, no matter how good you get with skateboarding, it's like there's going to be nerves whenever you're trying, like, say, a new trick or something. Yeah, it applies as well.
But I do feel like doing these kinds of things where you have to overcome your nerves and you have to overcome that fear of messing up in front of hundreds or even thousands of people, like overcoming that fear. It's good character building, man.
Yeah, it is for sure.
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
mean, you dare to like face the challenge. I mean, it doesn't even have to be playing music. You could be like competing in like a sport or something. Because I know a lot of competitors that get same thing. The day before, they cannot sleep. You know, I was just talking to one of my friends that I train with, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. This guy is sponsored and all. He's damn good. And he was telling me also, the night before, you can't really sleep. you listen to like athletes, the fighters talk about, even UFC fighters, top tier fighters, they talk about like the pre-fight anxiety, like they are the most
and that's
afraid.
definitely not just from excitement of the fight coming up, right? That's also because they're also thinking about all the outcomes that could happen in the fight. Like they're scared of the outcome of them losing. And like I understand, like a lot of fighters, they try to brush that out of their head, but you can't help that it'll sometimes pop in anyway. You know, the idea of possibly losing the fight. You know, that's why it's that, like these fighters are just their mental ability is just really strong.
They actually get mental coaches, man, to like teach them things like positive affirmations, which is basically just repeating phrases and mantras in your head. But yeah, like you said, you know, like no matter how strong your mind is, like this kind of things still come in.
They'll pop
you know?
in, dude.
And it's not just like the fear of losing. Like the thing about fighting specifically is like it's not just fear of losing; it's fear of getting a permanent permanent injury. You know, you hear of people getting knocked out and then they are never the same again, or they get knocked out and they suffer from that concussion for like months afterwards. For months, they always feel very nauseous. They always get very sensitive to bright lights. That's for months after the fight. We only see what happens on fight night. They lose. We don't see anything else. But like the months after that, recovering. Oh my goodness.
That's
man.
why the referees have to be super on point at these fights, dude.
Yeah, man.
Because if you have a referee that's just dilly-dallying, dude, that one extra punch is a big difference.
A lot of times it's that one extra punch.
one extra punch
you know?
that wasn't stopped, right?
And it's, I mean, you could easily lose your life fighting for sure. I mean, there are so many people, boxers, that have died from like just hemorrhages in the brain. People who go into comas from getting knocked out, or like not even knocked out. They feel fine after the fight. They lost already, but then halfway through, like going home, they just pass out because there's a brain clot. You know, there's a blood clot in their brain.
It wasn't. They didn't really know that it was gonna be there anyway. You know, you don't really know that's what happened. You know what I don't like?
What
is spectators who comment on a fight, especially a fight where there's a huge disadvantage for one person, right? Clearly, this guy is on another level compared to the person he's fighting against. And then you just hear these people spectating who are like, why isn't that guy stopping? Why doesn't he stop fighting? He knows he's outmatched. He knows he can't win this fight. Why is he still fighting? What they don't understand is these people are in there. They're fucking fighting for their lives right now. Their head is in a different plane from us. They're like, I'm going to be in this fight till the end because like this is my goal. Like I've been fucking training all this time for this fight. Why would I stop halfway? It doesn't matter that he's fucking better than me. I'm still going to fucking try.
Speaking back to their mental strength, it's like all of them have that thought in their head that this fight I can win any moment. You know, I can win any moment. Why would I stop? You know, unless like it's a serious ass beating. I mean, I've seen a few where it's like you should just stop it between the rounds. Like a good example is GSP versus BJ Penn. That one got stopped by the coach.
The coach, he threw the white.
The coach was like, it's enough. And,
but that's why you have to have coaches that you trust. Like you have, like when you're a fighter, it's like one of those places where the people that are around you have to be the people that you trust the most. Because like, you know, it sucks for the coach as well because he wants you to fight at your best and to throw that white flag. You know, he knows he's going to make you like fucking feel bad. You know, that's like going to be a fucking bad outcome for everyone because he's like, he stopped your fight. You're going to be pissed off at him. But you have to understand, this motherfucker loves you. He doesn't want you to get injured beyond repair. So, You know,
I was listening to this fighter's interview. And she was saying the danger, why a lot of coaches, they won't throw in the towel is because you know for sure after the fight, the fighter is going to get angry at the coach and be like, why don't you believe in me? You don't believe that I can stop him at any moment. Like that whole like...
That's what I'm saying,
that whole conflict will arise, you know. But I mean, if the coach really cares for you, they're just going to be like, this is enough. This is enough,
But that, like I said, that's a call that a coach could only ever make if he's really, you know... if he really trusts you as a fighter, if you really trust him as your coach. Because like any other coach, like if you know, if you don't really have a personal connection to that guy, he might throw in the towel, not because he cares about you. You know, he throws in the towel because he's just aware that okay, this dude can't fight anymore.
Yeah, and he
You know?
doesn't know how far you can go.
Yeah,
as
he
well.
doesn't know how
Yeah,
far
a
he
lot
can
of
go
times
as
it
well,
comes
yeah.
down to like,
Yeah.
I know this guy can go a
Mm.
lot further.
Yeah.
I've seen him go
Yeah.
down that abyss.
Exactly, like
Yeah.
matches where it looks like your fighter is fucking like down against the ropes,
Yeah.
but your coach still knows like he can fight for fucking more.
Did you see the recent fight? The recent pay-per-view, UFC pay-per-view. Robert Whittaker versus Yoel Romero.
Oh yeah, I did. The
Dude,
Yoel Romero fight.
That was
Ooh,
crazy.
yeah, oh my
See,
God, dude.
like there are some fights that will change people forever. I think that was one of those fights. Like, I think both of them left a part, like literally left a part of their soul in there. They are gonna both come out with some like. They're both gonna be kind of traumatized. That's
Yeah.
for sure. Because like a war like this,
Yeah, dude. Oh my God, that was a fucking war, dude.
and Robert Whittaker, he broke his thumb in the first round.
Yeah,
So
and then
rest
he
of
was
the-
still punching, dude. What? The
Yeah, he was still
fuck?
punching, but he was relying a lot on elbows
Yeah,
after that
mm.
already. Yeah, and I mean, Yoel Romero is the Cuban missile for a
Yeah.
reason, because like any
Mhm.
moment,
Just explode, dude.
yeah, he'll just explode
Yeah.
on you. And it's crazy also because like you see these guys who are already very, very strong people, you know, and you see the Cuban missile come and like the amount of chaos he creates
Yeah,
from that.
dude.
Like, can you imagine how
Mhm.
strong? And the guy looks like a Greek god. Come on.
Yeah, he does.
Come
Holy
on.
shit! The way that his fucking muscles formed on his body, you rarely get that type of person,
yeah,
dude.
Yeah. Without some extra help. He has straps that connect all the way to his ear.
Yeah,
You
dude.
know?
It's like what this dude
Yeah.
was built for fighting. You know how people say that some body types are just built for something?
Yeah.
That man was built for fighting, dude.
But you know, like the Cuban wrestlers.
Mm.
I mean, Yoel Romero was a Cuban Olympic wrestler. He was a silver medalist. I can't remember which year of the Olympics. But the way they breed their Cuban wrestlers and basically all their athletes, because it's a communist country, they pretty much scout them when they are young.
Yeah.
They take them from their families.
Fuck, that's like a new generation of Spartans, dude.
It's very similar to the Spartan program. Then they will keep them in this like building,
Yeah.
yeah, and then they will have to compete with each other.
Fuck.
The higher up the ranking you are,
Yeah.
the higher up the building you live.
Ooh, social.
On the first floor,
build- Oh,
on the
what?
first floor, if you're like say you're not ranked very high,
Yeah.
you get one meal a day.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have aircon, maybe no fans as well.
Oh shit.
Maybe the next floor, there's fans.
So their physical prowess is directly related to their social standing as well.
Yes.
What?
See, this is why
That's
the guys that come out of
dude.
Cuba, the wrestlers, all the athletes that come out of Cuba, I mean,
They
are
always look fucking.
and they are literal Spartans. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
literally a Spartan
yeah,
program.
minus the shield and the sword.
Yeah, minus that. But it's to the point, like Yoel Romero, he did an interview on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
haven't
yeah.
listened to that
Oh,
one.
you gotta
yet.
listen to it, man.
Mm.
It's super fascinating because he was just describing how when he was younger, like because you're competing against other Cubans to be the top in
Yeah.
Cuba. Yeah. So like the guy you are competing against might be sharing the same room as you.
Ooh.
Okay. So like if you have any injuries, you cannot reveal it. Because if the guy knows you're injured in a certain manner, he's gonna take advantage of
Yeah,
it
for sure.
to climb above you.
Yeah.
So that because at the top floor you maybe get internet
Yeah.
3 meals a day.
And I
and
imagine
hot
in a place
showers.
like this, that's like that kind of thing is no hard feelings, bro.
Yeah, no.
I found out about it, man. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna use it to my advantage. Why the fuck not, right?
Yeah. So I feel like because of he went through this system
Yeah.
of like this Spartan kind of program,
Yeah.
his ability to keep a poker face is next level. Because like he got head kicked in like the third round, I believe.
Actually, I'm not
I
really
believe
sure.
it was the third round. He
But
got
I
head
know
kicked.
there was one part where he was like that. That looks like he's in the fucking doozy right now, man.
No, the thing is, no, he ate the head kick very cleanly, but his face didn't change, man. He just kept marching forward. Yeah. So I mean,
I don't remember that.
I'm
Fuck.
sure that hurt. Yeah, there were.
Yeah.
I think in the previous fight he was fighting Luke Rockhold. He injured his leg, but he was just moving normally,
Mhm.
fighting as per normal, checking kicks, throwing
Yeah.
kicks,
Yeah.
and then it's only after the fight then he starts limping, and
Mhm.
he's like,
Mhm.
my leg is fucked. You know, but the whole fight nobody knew because his poker
Wow.
face is just next level.
Wow.
And I think like that Spartan thing that they went
Yeah.
through that helps a lot with
That
being
could give
able.
poker players a run for their money, huh?
Yeah, I mean they have to. Imagine like
Yeah.
imagine you're living with a guy that's there to take
Mm.
away your 3 meals a day.
Yeah, dude.
Trying to push you back down to
Fuck.
2 meals a
Yeah.
day. You know, maybe no
Mm.
chicken, just vegetables
Yeah.
and like mud.
Yeah. I have a
Or
leg
whatever
injury
they-
right now, but you're not gonna know that,
Yeah.
bro. I want my 3 meals.
Exactly, man.
I want my
exactly.
3 fucking meals, bro.
So that's pretty horrifying. That's pretty
yeah,
horrifying.
true.
The thing about Yoel Romero, so he's 41 years old right now.
Oh yeah, dude.
How's that impossible?
I know he fucking moves like he's 25.
Yeah.
What?
And then you know what he said? He said, "I wish you guys saw me when I was 22."
Oh,
And I mean, I do believe him because I can imagine.
for sure. I can imagine he had like his reflexes were
Yeah.
on at their peak at that point, weren't
Yeah.
they?
Not just that, like his fast twitch muscles and ability
yeah.
to switch directions will
Yeah,
be
yeah.
a lot faster.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, like right now he's already so explosive. Imagine when he was like at his peak, physical
Yeah.
peak. But it seems like he's at his physical peak right now because
Yeah, to us he looks like he's
Yeah.
still at his physical peak.
have you seen that picture of him standing next to Shaquille
No.
O'Neal?
No.
So Yoel Romero is a pretty big guy, but Jesus Christ, man, Shaq towers over him.
Yeah.
Yoel Romero stands.
And
to-
also LeBron James, dude.
yeah.
LeBron James, you never really see it because you rarely see him with his shirt off during games.
Yeah.
But that dude is built like a fucking tank, dude.
Yeah.
What?
yeah.
I saw one photo of him where his like t-shirt was taken off, and that's not because I was searching for like fucking gay porn. or
No,
whatever, you know?
I mean, it's
just,
fine
I
if you
just
were.
happened to, you know. Yeah, it's fine if I was.
Yeah, I don't
We're all
discriminate,
accepting
man.
these days, you know. No,
fine.
but like I happened to be reading up on some basketball that time, and like I happened upon a photo of LeBron James with his shirt off, and I was like, "Motherfucker is ripped, dude!
Yeah.
What? This is the guy that other players have to fucking battle against in the court?
Yeah.
How are they standing, dude?
That's horrifying, man.
How are they
That's
fucking standing
horrifying.
against this dude?
Yeah, the guy could just like walk over you.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have to jump. He could just like put his leg up,
Oh, like
pass it
goddamn,
over your
dude.
head.
No, which just tells you like, even in basketball, dude, certain people have skills and they play to their fucking strengths.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
LeBron James might be a huge dude, but I like for sure there's individuals in basketball who could like fucking get over him, dude. Like,
Yeah, I'm sure.
Not
I'm
a
sure.
lot.
Yeah, not a lot, but
you know, there's people who have their own game plan to get over LeBron James, like get past him for sure.
for sure. Yeah, the size might not help him in certain
Yeah.
situations, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't watch any basketball. Man.
Me neither,
Yeah.
dude. I just happened to be interested that one day.
You know what would be interesting?
What?
If MMA eventually gets as big as like say American football
Mhm.
or NBA, American
Yeah.
basketball, imagine the talent that will go into MMA. Right now, the best talents are all going into like American football or like NBA.
Yeah.
You know, because that's where the most money is made.
Yeah. There's
So,
still no scholarships for fighters, right?
I don't think so, man.
Yeah, yeah.
There are scholarships for wrestling,
Yeah.
but not MMA.
Not for straight
So
up MMA.
so imagine like the top athletes that usually would go to football or basketball.
Then
come
they
into
now
fighting.
see that there's a lucrative market in
Yeah.
the fucking.
Imagine like the
MMA.
next level of MMA
Yeah.
fighters. It'll be mad. I mean, right now, so like you compare right
It's
now
already
to
pretty
like,
mad, dude.
10
There,
years
I mean, people are earning way more money fighting MMA, like fighting in the UFC, over being a boxer.
yeah, that's true.
You know?
That's true.
Like the whole thing with Conor Mayweather, like fucking Mayweather earned more money in that fight than he ever did fighting in fucking boxing, dude.
Yeah, I feel like the peak of boxing can earn you a lot more than the peak of MMA, because the peak of MMA right now is Conor McGregor. The guy is the one that
Really?
made the most
I mean,
money.
Mayweather was technically at his peak, dude.
Yeah, he made
Right?
way more money than Conor McGregor, dude.
Really?
Way more, dude. I think he made like $500 million, while Conor McGregor made like 100 million only.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the peak is different.
True.
Yeah. But I do foresee MMA becoming a lot bigger. And speaking of, have you heard the news of bare knuckle boxing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's making a comeback. I think there's an event somewhere in, I think it's
Like I've been
Cheyenne.
aware of bare knuckle boxing. I just didn't know that it was coming back.
Oh yeah, there was an event
Really?
recently. They started in a cage. An ex UFC fighter was fighting. I can't remember her name. I think Beck
With some
Rawlings.
army soldiers, right?
No. It was
Just
like
straight
a
up-
sanctioned bout.
Oh, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
bare knuckle. I think it's like kickboxing.
Mm.
I haven't watched it yet, but that sounds pretty interesting, man. Because
Yeah, it does sound interesting.
Yeah.
And I was listening to one of Joe Rogan's podcasts where he was talking about like whether or not gloves, bare fist is better than fighting gloves.
Yeah.
And he made a pretty good point about it, because
Yeah.
like when you're wearing, I understood the point that he was trying to make, to where like sure, the gloves protect your fists, but at the same time, it allows you to throw more punches than you normally would if you were barehanded.
Yeah, and harder punches.
Yeah, and harder punches because you don't have to worry about your knuckles breaking. They will still eventually break from all that fucking fighting, right? But you have, say, you have 10 punches if you're bare knuckle.
Yeah.
You have fucking 50 punches if you're wearing an 8-ounce glove.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I do see his point, and it definitely will help the grappling as well.
Yeah.
Because grappling, like, if you have gloves, like, yeah, it's gonna be a detriment. Yeah. I mean, like, even thin gloves will be very weird because like a lot of grappling comes down to like, can you feel what you're holding?
Yeah, what
on
you're
to,
holding. Yeah.
You know. But I feel like we should keep the gloves, man.
Really?
That's not one thing that I agree with Joe.
Yeah.
Rogan
No,
on.
as in like I can understand how the gloves really played a big role in protecting a lot of people. You know, not even just the fighter itself, like even his opponent, right? But at the same time, I feel like fights would go a lot. I can see his point of a fight going a lot faster and everyone kind of coming out relatively unscathed if you have that thing in your head saying, dude, you can't punch more than X number of times or else you're just gonna fuck your fists up, bro.
Yeah, but at the same time, when you don't have gloves, you get cut a lot faster.
True.
You get cut, man. That bare knuckle boxing,
and especially with those people who have fucking sharp jabs.
Yeah, and
that
like
thing cuts so
I mean,
fast.
as long as you have any kind of power in your hands,
yeah.
like you're gonna cut that motherfucker.
True.
You know,
Yeah,
even
that's
if you
true.
break your hand, like the guy is cut. But I guess dealing with a cut it'll be easier than dealing with a broken hand. I have no idea. I don't do any kickboxing. I only do jiu-jitsu, man. Speaking of, since we're on the topic of fighting, I was recently just contemplating. You know, they always say.
Just a general disclaimer before we get any further into this talk about fighting. I have no personal experience with fighting. Just look at my fucking lanky arms, you know? I'm just really interested in it.
Yeah, I mean,
you
it's
know?
very
So for
interesting.
anyone there who fucking hears some of my points here and they don't agree with it, trust me, I'm not a fucking scientist on this shit.
Yeah,
I'm just talking from whatever the fuck I see.
Yeah, and it doesn't really matter. It's just
Yeah.
your opinion, man.
Yeah.
I mean, who cares? We're not here to teach people.
Yeah.
I hope to God nobody is here trying to learn
To try to learn
something.
We're just talking shit, man. Don't
Yeah.
don't take our word for it.
I mean,
you know?
if I
take
quote-
it with a big grain of salt.
Yeah, if I quote
huge
something
grain of salt.
or I cite some study, look it up first.
Yeah, look it up first.
Look it
before,
up.
yeah. I think that's something that we have to put across almost immediately.
Yeah, almost
You know, or
anything,
else, yeah.
any subject, just
Yeah.
look it up first, man.
Yeah, for
look
sure.
it up first.
Yeah.
But as I was saying, you know how they always say there are levels. I've been playing music for a long time, so I've also seen there are levels to playing music.
Yeah.
But you hear it and then you're like, okay, yeah, definitely this is another level. This feels different. But when it comes to fighting, right, like the physical domination of somebody who is another level than you is just a different feeling, man. Like, I'm just a blue belt.
Yeah.
But that means I've been training jiu-jitsu for like 3 years. And then there's another blue belt that's been training for about 4 years. This guy, because he trains for competitions, well, this guy can smash me. He submits me within seconds, non-stop. Like, say if we roll for like 5 minutes, the guy will just submit me every like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
You know, no problem for him. This guy is also a blue belt.
Yeah.
But just within the blue belts, there are levels to this. I feel like I'm further away from this blue belt than a white belt is from
Have
me.
you had any like real serious fights? Have you
What do you
joined like an actual competition?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah,
Do you think that that's an advantage that he has? That's the reason why?
for sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
because he's able to formulate a game plan against you, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Because he's-
It's not just that, man. It's like the strength and conditioning that goes
Yeah.
into training for a competition
For an
is-
actual
is
fight,
different
yeah.
compared to like hobbyists like me.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm not training twice a day for 6 days a week.
Oh yeah.
But
true.
these guys, they do. So
Yeah.
for sure, your understanding of the game is going to be so much better.
Yeah.
And there are just so many different aspects of the game.
Yep.
So like what I mean by the levels, like this guy understands so many more levels of the game and so many more, like when you describe jiu-jitsu and the pathways you can go, you can think of it like a spider web. When it branches out, say like you have 5 different things you can do from this position. When you choose this one position, this
It
one move,
spreads out into other
Yeah, it spreads out again.
paths as well. Yeah.
so
Yeah, I
this
get
guy
that.
understands way more paths than me. That's why like he knows exactly what I'm going to do next.
Yeah.
So his level is just that much higher than
Yeah.
me. But
Like if I have half guard, this is what I'm gonna do. If he gets out of my half
Yeah.
guard, I'm gonna switch to this.
some people actually like write down. They have like an Excel sheet where they
Yeah.
will formulate their plan. Yeah,
That's some next
they
level
will
shit, dude.
write down. Okay, if I'm in this position, these are the 2 things that I do very well,
Yeah.
and maybe one extra thing if like nothing works.
I'm not even
let's try it
afraid
out.
to admit it. I have no fucking clue how to use Excel, and these motherfuckers are using Excel.
Yeah,
What?
for jujitsu. Yo,
For jujitsu?
the number of like the thing about jujitsu is like it's one of those sports where you meet some brilliant people because
Yeah.
like it's a very cerebral sport, so you have to think a lot. So I a lot of people that I train with, they're like lawyers, doctors, a lot of artists as well, some musicians as well.
It's a physical man's game of chess, bro.
Yeah, it is. And like, okay, back to the levels. Like I said, my level to his level is so far already.
Yeah.
But I feel like my level to a white belt, a complete beginner, is like smaller than my level to his level.
Yeah.
That gap is way bigger.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
imagine if that gap is way bigger. Imagine my level to a black belt.
Yeah.
And then within the black belts itself, there are like
There's different levels
Yeah.
within that too.
yeah, there are different levels
Yeah.
of black belts. So like
I can
just
see that for sure. Yeah.
fighting is just so many tiers, man, and like
Yeah.
it just takes forever to like. That's why they call it an art. you
Yeah.
know? And
for sure.
another reason why they call it an art is because like there's no definite answer to certain things.
Yeah, you just have to be able to feel for it yourself because while you're
Yeah.
in that moment, if you have, and a lot of it is, well, not a lot of it, but you can usually pinpoint his reaction to a certain attack that an opponent did because of muscle memory, just his own body's reflexes. It's
Yeah.
not because he himself was reacting to it.
Yeah,
It's just that his body knew how to react way ahead of him.
the tendencies.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like for me, like playing music for 10 years, I've developed some habits that
Yeah.
and or like some things that I
Mhm.
always go for when I'm
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
and I'm improvising.
Yeah.
Same thing for fighting. It's just you're not controlling it. It's just muscle memory.
Mm-hmm.
It just kicks in.
Yeah.
So that's why they always say like you can't try to teach a technique during a fight. You know, like
Yeah.
if your fighter is doing something that's
Yeah.
that's gonna get him knocked out, you can let him know. But the fact that the chance of him trying to correct that is, it's very hard to correct it.
Yeah, I was thinking about this the other day too. It's like, because I understand that for comedians, I think the only 2 professions that I know where whatever material that you have is from gaining actual experience on it is probably comedians and fighters.
Yeah,
For a comedian, like he writes a joke, he writes a joke, he has it in his head that, oh, this is definitely going to be funny. But before he can be sure that this act that he's pulling is going to be funny, he has to test it out in the real world.
Yeah.
That's the only way you're going to get you're going to be sure that your material actually works if the fucking crowd that you don't know laughs at your joke.
yeah.
Much in the same way with fighters, it's like as much as sparring does help, it's way different from an actual fight where you
Yeah.
don't know that opponent.
Yeah.
And then you have to fucking work with what you can see.
Yeah.
And whatever videos that you may have watched from him, you go from that. But aside from that, you're fucking free balling, bro.
Yeah.
That's
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
I think these 2 professions are like where you have to be on point with your fucking mental game, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
And you also have to be kind of true to yourself in
Yeah.
a sense. Like comedians
Like-
can't be writing jokes that are like, I mean, like you think of someone like Bill Burr, he's a
Yeah.
super vulgar guy.
yeah.
Yeah, like when he tries to do like clean
I
material,
would
it's
never be
just-
able to do his material, dude.
Yeah.
His shit would just get me into jail.
yeah. He said some fucked up shit.
Yeah, he does, dude.
Yeah, he said some stomp-worthy things already, many times.
Yeah.
But like for comedians, they have to write things that are true to themselves, and same thing for fighters. They have to do things. They have to be able to do things that are suited for their body types.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like a lanky person. It's gonna be a lot easier for a lanky person to like wrap up and go for a choke,
Yeah. Do some
know,
jujitsu style
like-
moves, right?
or like go for a leg lock or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
But like a short, compact, stocky person,
Like a bulky person.
the guy can't really, his arms are not as long anymore.
Yeah.
So he has to go for very like a pressure,
explosive.
explosive,
Yeah.
or like very like wrestling based takedowns. And then like when he's trying to pass, he has to use like very pressure based
Yeah,
kind
for
of
sure.
passes.
Yeah.
Because that's just his body type.
Mhm.
You have to be true to yourself, and you have
Yeah.
to understand this is me.
Yeah.
This is what works for me.
For sure.
Yeah. That's like very interesting.
That's one thing. That's something like I highly respect of these 2 types of professions, man. It's just wow, the level of
Yeah.
the level of thought that goes into it, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one thing about comedians, right? Like I've always said like musicians should try to do some open mic for stand up, some open mics for like stand up, because like when you have a bad set while playing music, like it goes horribly wrong. Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Like I like to think of it as like a baptism of fire.
Yeah.
Every musician has to go through these like shitty days, like
Yep.
horrible days, like
Yeah.
where like something doesn't work or your voice fucks up or
Yeah.
like your equipment drops to the ground halfway or you just make a fool of yourself.
Yeah.
But that, right, I feel like that happening, right, is nowhere near as bad as going on stage, holding a microphone, telling some jokes and nobody
laughing. Yeah. Oh my god, dude. I had like
That is the worst. So imagine if you can deal with that, like, oh my god, your mental game.
yeah, dude. What?
Yes.
The fuck,
I don't think anything will bother you. If you can go up there, tell some shit jokes, so tell some dad jokes. Hey guys, there was a Malay guy, Indian guy, and Chinese guy in a car. Fuck you.
Get out of here with that shit. Get off the stage, man. What is this? We were expecting like an actual comedian, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, if you can go up to stage and just bomb like this, telling shitty ass jokes, like,
and you can still live through that, like,
yeah,
face another day going out in public.
Yeah.
You've achieved something,
yeah,
dude.
Yeah, that takes some balls,
Yeah,
man. That
yeah,
takes
yeah,
some
for sure.
serious balls.
Yeah.
So yeah, for sure, I have a lot of respect for comics,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
A lot of respect for comics. It's very, in some ways, it's very different from playing music, and in other ways, it's very similar. But I do feel like for comedy, stand-up comedy is a lot more dynamic because you
Yeah.
have to base off the crowd's reaction.
Yep.
Like it's a main factor, and the crowd is one thing that you can never control.
Yep.
You know, like when you play music, sometimes the crowd sucks, but like, yeah, the crowd sucks, like it's boring. Then just play a chill set, you know.
Yeah.
But like for comedians, the crowd,
For sure.
the crowd's not laughing
No,
at your
and
shit.
like I think the difference is that for musicians, even if the crowd sucks, because I mean, there's for sure crowds that suck, right? It's not as if they don't like your music. The whole reason that they're there is because they fucking listen to your music
Exactly.
and they want to be there listening to you live. It's just that they don't really know how to react
Yeah.
in a live concert setting, so it just seems like a very dead crowd. But these people actually enjoy that music, so.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's a
You've already
really
won the
big,
crowd
Yeah, you've
over.
already won the crowd just by their being present there.
Yeah.
Which is a big difference from comedians. It's like
Yeah.
sometimes, especially if you're doing like open mic nights, oh my god, dude, you're just walking into a fucking set of people who have never heard your jokes before.
Yeah.
They don't know who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
You're expected to stand there and tell jokes for like what, 15 minutes for open mic?
Nah, 5 minutes.
5 minutes for
yeah.
open mic. But fuck that, 5 minutes is forever if no one's
Yeah.
laughing at
That's
you, dude.
brutal, man.
Well, if no one's laughing at your jokes.
Yeah.
But if everyone's laughing at you, that's even worse.
It'd be
dude.
even worse. It'd be even worse if there's a person in the crowd that thinks like heckling is part of the act, and then you gotta deal with that shit
Oh
as
my
well. Like,
God,
oh my god,
dude.
Jesus.
There's this one, oh man, I got a brain fart. I can't remember this comedian's name, but he's basically based his whole comedy sets on hoping that there's a fucking heckler in the crowd.
I know who you're talking about. I can't remember his name either.
He had a fucking
British guy.
Yeah, he
British
had a
guy.
fucking run-in with who's this guy? He had a fucking run-in with that YouTube star, that YouTube vlogger. What's his name?
Who?
The buff dude.
I don't follow YouTube blog.
Yeah, so
vloggers,
like
man.
basically it was this the guy who got into controversy because of like filming himself in the suicide forest.
Oh right.
You remember that dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got into a little Twitter argument with this comedian, and like that was the worst thing for him to do,
Oh, yeah,
dude. Because this fucking comedian, he's been basing his whole act on hecklers,
you
dude.
can't do that, man.
Like the moment you sent that retaliatory tweet to him,
Yeah.
that was him fucking going, "This is a gold mine,
Yeah,
dude. This is
yeah.
it. This is what I've been waiting for my whole fucking life, dude."
Yeah.
And he just proceeded to destroy that guy.
Yeah, it's kind of like an adult beating up a child. It's honestly like
Yeah.
an adult beating up a child because this
Yeah.
guy, his life is
Yeah.
talking shit to people. You
I
know?
was like, that's tantamount to bullying, dude.
This motherfucker should be on Stomp for sure. Yeah,
Like,
we don't put out bullying here.
Oh man,
But yeah.
fuck.
What's his name? Johnny Carson or something like that. I can't remember.
That guy, yes, but no, I think the one that I'm referring to is an American comedian. I think he's an American comic. He's been on Joe Rogan's podcast quite a lot as well.
Wow.
Yeah, but I just can't for the life of me remember the guy. But I mean, for sure, after we'll
Yeah.
probably come back to it.
Yeah, when this goes up on YouTube, leave
Yeah,
it in
we'll
the
probably
comments.
remember,
Let us
yeah.
know if you all know who it
Yeah,
is.
if you know who it is, yeah.
Yeah, because our
Yeah.
brains are not working right now.
Yeah, no.
And that's normal. Yeah.
Sometimes
on.
it just doesn't work, man.
Yeah.
Especially after a long day.
But so for these podcasts, we're normally going to keep it to about half an hour for now, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, if we progress a bit further and everybody else wants more, yeah, we can extend it.
Yeah, for sure.
We're going to try to bring in more interesting guests over the course of hopefully the next few years.
Yeah.
This is just episode number 1.
Episode number 00, because this is the technically, if we were talking about TV series, this would be the pilot.
Yeah,
This
this is
would be
pilot.
the pilot episode. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
exactly.
So this is 00.
Oh, did one of the cameras just shut off? Oh no.
Are you still recording with this?
Yeah, is that one still working?
Yeah. Then just
So
like,
so
no, it's all good.
I don't know if
Yeah.
y'all know, but this is a very makeshift setup. Like these
Yeah.
microphones
I mean,
are
if
just
you can see the fucking backdrop behind me, that's
yeah. And these microphones, I just happen to have these microphones because I use them for
Yeah.
live shows, the cameras and all that. So we just
Mhm.
kind of happen to have these.
and I
in
just
front.
happen to know these two wonderful people. So.
Yeah, this table also just happens to be here. So to be honest, so it's quite a
Yeah,
makeshift
so we're just
setup.
trying things out, and hopefully you guys enjoy what we have to say.
Yeah.
You know, even if it's mostly gonna be talking shit, but hey,
No lah. It's gonna
yeah,
be
there's still
most,
gonna be some informative stuff. But again,
we're gonna try
check up on the sources, dude.
yeah, we're gonna try to keep it as educational as
Yeah.
possible, so y'all can quit school and drop
Quit
out.
school. We still have to make it educational to a point so that YouTube accepts us.
No, YouTube is gonna accept us anyway, man. They have like Trump videos up there. Come on, we're not saying anything controversial here, okay?
And plus, we're already part of the group, the cool crowd. We're Asians, so we've already got
yeah,
that
that's
going
true,
for
that's
us.
true. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't know about Filipinos like you, though.
Whatever, dude. All right.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
you want to end it here?
Yeah, let's call it.
Yeah,
let's call it an
a
episode.
night, man.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. We'll have this episode up on YouTube. We'll have an audio version of it as well. We'll
Yeah.
put it on like a Dropbox link or something.
somewhere
Then
in
we'll
there.
put
So if
the
you want to
link.
download just the audio so that you can listen to that, you can do that too.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
leave the link in the description somewhere. At the same time, also, I'll probably just, since we're merging like my previous podcast with this, I'll just put all my other
drop it all in
previous
there as well.
episodes in
Yeah.
there as well. Just download it for free. Hope this helps with your commute home from work. Either your commute home from work or like your daily.
The starting of your day.
Yeah, the start of your day.
Whenever you choose to listen to us,
Yeah.
hopefully you're having a good time listening to us.
Yeah, or maybe you're trying to pretend that you're working as well. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah.
Which is what I do every day.
Yeah. So thanks for listening to the 9 to 5. We'll see you guys
And
soon.
we out.